Hello there, my name is David and I'm going to take you through a little short routine now to help improve posture. We're going to be focusing mainly on strengthening the upper back around in the scapula to try and combat any forward head posture. So if you see people's head jutting forward like so, we try and strengthen the back, trying to bring the head back in line. I'm also going to focus on doing some mobility work on the hips, specifically the hip flexors at the front. Try and strengthen them. Again, when we're sitting down, a lot of these can be really compromised, so we're going to work on them as well. Alright, let's get going. So I'm going to start off sitting on the ground or on a mat or somewhere comfortable. I'm going to place my hands down behind. Ideally, if your hands can be facing away, fingers pointing opposite direction. If not, you can have them sideways or straight ahead. I'm going to have my hips roughly in the middle of the feet and the hands. And I'm going to start to lift the shoulders up towards the ears, and then I push the floor away to bring the shoulders down. And imagine I try to pull the floor up, shoulders come up, push into the floor, shoulders come down. And again. Two more, shoulders up, shoulders down, one more, and then back to centre. Now we're going to bring the shoulders forward and then pull them back. Bring the shoulders forward and pull them back. Alternating between coming forward and back. One more. And then back to neutral. So we're going to combine them now. We're going to make shoulder circles, but rather than just doing them like nice and loose like so, we're going to really put effort into use the full range of motion. So you're going to think of pushing in two directions at once, which will probably make slightly more sense soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the shoulders up towards the ears. I'm going to keep the shoulders pressing up as I bring them forward. So they're moving in two directions, they're moving up and forward. Now I'm going to keep the shoulders pushing forward as I push into the ground and bring the shoulders down. So now they're coming forward and down. Keep the shoulders pressing down and pull them back. So now they're getting pulled back, shoulders come up, pressing up as they come forward. Pressing forward as they come down. Pressing down as they come back. We'll go around that direction one more time. Shoulders up and back. Shoulders up and forward. Shoulders forward and down. Shoulders down and back. Now keep the shoulders down, bring them forward. Keep them pushing forward as the shoulders come up. Keep them pushing up as they come back. Keep them pushing back as they come down. We'll move around in that direction. We'll do that one more time. Now keep the shoulders down and back. I'm going to start to slowly lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Really focus on push your thighs up towards the ceiling when you do this. Release the head at the top and then slowly lower back down. Shoulders stay down and back, lift the hips, slowly lower back down, and again. Back down, nice control movements. Be focusing on pushing front of the thighs towards the ceiling, keeping the shoulders down, one more. And then lower down. So good, you can give your arms a bit of a shake around. Sit the legs crossed, roll over the ankles, onto hands and knees. So from hands and knees, do something similar. So I'm going to really focus on bringing the shoulder blades together. Squeeze shoulder blades together, then push in the ground to separate the shoulder blades. Again, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Push it into the ground, separate the shoulder blades. So we're going to do this a few times. Having your knees close to your hands is an easier version. Take your knees further away, it makes it slightly harder. Or if you really want to go crazy, why wouldn't you? You can lift the knees into a forward press up position and do it from there. So I'm going to slowly squeeze the shoulder blades together. I'm going to get down to hold, keep them squeezing together for 1, 2, 3. Push into the ground, separate the shoulder blades. Slowly pull the shoulder blades back together. Squeeze them together for 1, 2, 3. Push into the ground, separate the shoulder blades. And again, shoulder blade pull together. Squeeze for 1, 2, 3. Push it into the ground. 2 more. Pull shoulder blades together. When they get there, hold for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Push it into the ground. One more time. And then slowly drop the knees if they're lifted. You can give the wrists a bit of a shake out. Really keep the wrists relaxed, focus on moving from the elbows. It's a nice little tension release for the wrists. Come back to hands and knees now. And we're going to do a similar movement we did earlier on. So I'm going to take the shoulders around in circles. I pull the shoulder blades together, pull them back, pull the shoulders up, keep the shoulders pushing up as I pull the shoulder blades apart, round in a circle in one direction. And then change direction. And again, come back to sit. Give the wrists a bit of a shake out. Cross your arms over each other. Clasp the hands together. Bring the hands through a few times just to give the wrists a bit of a release. Change armlets on top. Clasp hands together. Bring the hands through. Shake it out a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to stretch and strengthen in the top of the back. So we're going to start on hands and knees. If you've done any sort of clasp before, you've probably seen child's pose where you sit back like so, which is nice, but we're going to make that a bit more active. So I'm going to push my hands down into the ground. So there's the scooping down. Friction's going to keep them in place. So I push them down into the ground, I pull them back, and I sit back. I'm keeping the hands actively pushing down, which keeps the position active all the way back. Now keep the hands pushing down into the ground, pulling them back as you come up. So the whole movement is active. Relax at the top, we'll do 2 more. Pull the hands down, pull them back towards yourself, sit back. Keep the hands pulling down in this sort of motion. And come back up. 1 more. Really push the hands down as hard as you can on the mat. As you're sitting back, you should be active the whole time. Keep the hands pushing down. Come to hands and knees. We'll do a couple more. You can take the hands wider. This time you're going to pull them in towards your knees. So hands come wider apart. Pull the hands down, pull them back towards your knees as you sit back. This will change the focus to more around the front of the shoulders, the armpits, the chest. Keep the hands pulling down and in. So you come back up. 2 more. And pressing down and in. Sit back. And forward. 1 more. I'm really pressing the hands forcefully down and pulling them in. So I sit back, keeping them pressing down and in as I come back forward. And then relax. Shake it out slightly. So from this position, bring my knees in the middle of my hands, like so. And then I'm just going to come up and do a forward fold. A few times, bending the knees down, do a forward fold. And then slowly roll yourself up to stand. Okay, so now we're going to get into the hips a little bit. So this isn't really a balance exercise, so ideally, if you can have something behind your back to keep you balanced, like so, that'll be best. And you're gonna squeeze in one leg, like so. Now you're gonna let go of the leg, it'll probably drop down slightly. You're gonna place your hand on top of the leg, and from this position, you're gonna push the leg up into the hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. You take the hands a bit higher. Now pull the leg up again against the hands. So you're pushing the leg against the hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Last time, push the leg up against the hands forcefully. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold it there. Okay, so now hip flexors are feeling awake a little bit, they're shaking a little bit. I'll do something similar. I'm going to keep the leg pressed up against the hand, so take it out to the side. It's pressing up against the hand the whole time, gets active movement, and then I bring it back to the middle. That 2 more times. Hold on to the window frame here, just for a bit more balance. Keep the leg pushing up against the hand the whole time as it opens up, and then back to the middle. 1 more time. This shouldn't really feel very nice, but it will when we're finished. And back to the middle and shake it out. So some good strength work for the hip flexor there. Other side, lift the leg up, pull it in, let go, it'll probably come down slightly. Hands on top, push the leg up against the hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Keep the hands a bit higher if you can. Now push the leg up against the hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. 1 more. Push the leg up. Really go for it against the hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. Now keep the leg pressed up against the hands as the leg comes out of the side. So the hands are guiding it out to the side, the leg's pressed up against the hand the whole time, and then keep it pressed up as it comes back, so active in both directions. And again, open the leg up, the leg's pushing up against the hand the whole time, so the hip flexor's working, back to the middle. 1 more time. And back to the middle. And relax. So really feel that in the front of the hips there, really good way to strengthen the front of the hips to combat long periods of sitting. Really good way to help improve the posture. So now we're just going to do 1 more little stretch into the hips to finish up. So I'm going to bring my right leg forward. From this low lunge position, I'm going to start tucking the pelvis under and relaxing it back. Tucking it under, relaxing back, and again. Now I'm going to tuck it under and keep it tucked under. Hopefully when you tuck it under you can feel different, you can feel the stretch into this base leg. Now with the pelvis keeping tucked under, I'm going to slowly just start to move forward and back. So you get to a point where you can't go any further. If I relax the hips and let them come back, tilt back, then I can drop further. I'm not really doing much by doing that. I mean, it might look good in an Instagram post, get you plenty of likes, but you're not really doing much from hanging out in your hips, which aren't really doing them much good. Keep the pelvis tucked under the whole time. Your con goes forward, but you're actually all stretching into the hip flexor and the thigh. A lot more beneficial. Next time you come forward, hold it there, grab hold your opposite elbow, and just do a few twists, side to side. Keeping the pelvis tucked under, keeping the stretch under the hip flexors. 1 more to each side. And then relax the arms down, and we'll change sides. Other leg comes forward. So your back toes, back foot, you can take tucked under or top of the foot down, whatever feels comfortable for you. So again, I tuck the pelvis under, I can feel the stretch Now I'll relax it back. And now when I relax it back, I can't really feel anything going on. Tuck it under, relax it back. Tuck under, relax back. 2 more times. Tuck it under and hold. The pelvis tucked under, start to come forward into that stretch. And back. I'm actively keeping the pelvis tucked under, so again it's an active movement forward. I'm not relaxing forward, I'm actively moving forward and back. And again. 2 more. This time as you come forward, hold it there. Grab hold the opposite elbow. A few twists from side to side, just rotating into the trunk. Again, don't want to be too fixated on just doing linear movements. Relax the arms down, relax the legs back, and you are done. So hopefully you enjoy that, give that a go, see how it feels. Nice little movement mobility routine. It's a short little routine. We could spend all day on stuff for improving posture, but nice little routine there just to get a bit of strengthening stretch work into the top of the back and the same into the hip flexors. Thanks for watching.